Jumping into the number 5 spot of the best 47-inch gaming desk is a desk from Cubiker, coming in at a price tag of $69.99. If you want to check out any of the 5 desks in this video, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. But let's jump into the Cubiker. Firstly, the design of the Cubiker is basic but strong and sturdy. It uses fairly small, strong metal tubing with crisscross metal cables in the back. However, this does give you an addition of a very stylish and functional fabric pocket that can either be on the left or the right side. The desktop itself is of average thickness and it has a wood grain texture on the top. This is pretty standard for most desks in this price range when you buy them from like Amazon. While they do use that smaller metal tubing for the structure, this is still very, very solid and does not wobble at all once built. Now, the size of the desk is also great when considering that price point, which is very, very low. And I don't mean the size in terms of the length, because obviously it's 47 inches, but the depth is very important. If you want to fit large monitors, consoles, or really any other gaming accessories, it's very, very important. So even at this price point, this is no slouch, coming in at 23 3/4 inches of depth. That is very, very good. And there is a huge emphasis on depth, especially for gaming desks, because a lot of us have very large monitors or consoles or other things on your desk. Depth is good here, and that's what's important. Now, for color options, you can either get this in black, brown, deep brown, and white. And as far as ease of build, this is very easy. While not the easiest on the list, this still took less than 10 minutes to be fully assembled by myself with no help. The instructions were very clear and easy to follow, and honestly, a drunk toddler could build this. So you're gonna be okay. Overall, if what you want is just a basic desk to customize and make your own while not breaking the bank, but still having great depth for your gaming accessories, this is a great ultra budget option. But with that, let's move on to the number 4 spot, which is a desk from Natwind, and it comes in at a price tag of $79.99. The design of the Natwind is incredibly unique, efficient, and absolutely durable. This K-shaped leg design not only makes the build very easy, since there's just not that many pieces, but the rectangular metal tubing adds significant strength and aesthetic design elements, as well as giving you just more legroom under the desk. Obviously, because it's K-shaped, it gives you, well, more room for your knees. Now, those design elements do not end on the desktop being a more unique shape. This is not square, but has angled, rounded edges with a slight angle curve in the middle of the desk where you would sit. A very ergonomic and unique design. There's also a cable channel on the upper right-hand side of the desk for maybe putting your phone cable through, or maybe even your mouse or headset charging cable. Definitely some added usability there that I enjoy. Now, as for size, we've said this before, but depth is very important. In the middle, due to the ergonomic curve, there is a decreased depth to a little over 21.5 inches, which is still very good. Then on the outside, it has 23.5 inches. So this still gives you an ergonomic desk space while still giving you that usability of the depth. It's a very unique and cool design. I also like kind of the marbly colorway that I got. I think it would be very unique for more of a, maybe less RGB-y and more like adult work game desk setup. That's kind of what I'm thinking for this one. Now, for color options, there is a marble black and then a marble white. I think it's cool. It's definitely not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but if it is, you're gonna love it. As far as ease of build, this is very easy. Installation took me less than 7 minutes alone. There was literally just not that many pieces. The instructions were laid out very simply, and I think it was like 4 steps of screwing things together. No big deal. Overall, for your money, you get a ton of uniqueness from the design elements, not to mention the durability due to the design. And if that's your cup of tea, this is very worth every dollar. But with that, let's move on to the number 3 spot, which is a desk from Pamray, coming in at a price tag of $109.99. The design of the Pamray takes basic design elements and adds flair to every single part of the desk. This still uses the smaller metal tubing, but adds structural and aesthetic corner pieces. This then adds rounded edges to the desk with a cable inlet on the back middle for your monitor cables and, well, any other cables you're gonna put back there. Very smart idea. Not only this, but this comes with an integrated charging station in the upper right-hand side with 2 full-size outlets and 2 USB Type A's. And if you thought we were finished, we are not. A cable cleanup tray is also present under the middle back of the desk, which is super helpful for managing your cables under your monitor, your PC cables, or any of your peripheral cables. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, there are 2 hooks for cables or headphones that go on the left or the right side. This again can be flipped But my personal favorite part, the metal mesh crate that adds so much aesthetic value as well as full utility. This again can be on the left or the right side, and then you just switch the hooks off. Very, very cool. So much usability, so much thought into how this desk was going to be used. That's what I love about it. But talking about size, as we previously said, depth is very important. It is integral. And this maintains that at just under 24 inches in depth. This figure moves down to about 23 inches in the middle as the cable inlet decreases the overall depth, but increases that usability, especially if you are a cable management fanatic like me. As for color options, this either comes in white, black, or brown. Now, ease of build is as easy as the previous desk. The directions were straightforward, and there's overall not that many pieces to put together, and I was done in about 12 minutes building it by myself. However, one of the most impressive parts was the packaging. All of the other desks that I've received and bought online, just in general, not just for this video, they all come with styrofoam sheeting for protection. This desk, however, came with foam protection that was cut to size, which is extremely impressive and more expensive just to do, but a higher chance of, well, not being damaged in shipping. Not only this, but this came with a metal tin with included screws and a custom hex screwdriver for very easy building. That was very highly impressive, and it makes this feel like a more expensive desk, just the overall process entirely. And that was actually really impressive to me. Overall, if you want an incredibly functional desk that has hooks for cables and headphones, a very cool looking metal basket for storage, easy cable management, integrated outlets and chargers, and an overall solid build, then this is a great pickup. But with that, let's move on to the number 2 spot, which is the FLEXISPOT EN1, coming in at a price tag of $299.99. Do keep in mind this is a standing desk. The design is clean. It has wide flat legs for stability, regular single metal beams on the left and a right side, just asking for some RGB strips to be installed. It is all thick metal construction except for the tabletop itself, but overall this thing is solid. Now the tabletop itself is nice and thick, and it's just a solid surface with no texture on it, which I absolutely love. Textures are great and I like them, but the cleanness of this desktop is very, very nice and typically only found on more expensive desks. However, one of the biggest advantages to this desk is the massive depth here. Large monitors with large stands, absolutely no problem here. All of your accessories, desk plants, whatever you want. Now, because this is a standing desk, it will obviously go from sitting to standing. This goes from a low of 29 inches, which is a standard sitting height at desks, to a high of about 48.5 inches. Now, just hearing those numbers doesn't sound crazy, but this means at standing height, at full extended height, even at a height of about 6'4" or more, this is still gonna be too high for you at 48.5 inches at a standing height. So that's how tall this gets. But the depth here is the big thing. It is absolutely obese, coming in at 30 inches of depth. This depth makes the desk feel very large for only a 47-inch length. Incredibly nice to have if you're planning on getting larger monitors or even maybe a TV setup for your console. As for color options, this either comes in a white top with white legs, black top, black legs, black top, white legs, mahogany, maple, rustic brown, and white wood grain. So you get quite a few different color options there, and you can pick really what you want. Now, the ease of build. Standing desks are more difficult to build than, well, the other desks on this list. So how was it? Well, it may seem complex when looking at photos of this. However, the directions are Lego quality here. And I was a big Lego guy, so I know what I'm talking about. Extremely easy to follow, and overall, I was done in 15 minutes, but that is with a drill. One tip they don't really mention is after you're done assembling this, lower this to the lowest height and continue to hold that button until you see it reset by lowering slightly more and then rising back up. This ensures that both the left and the right legs are perfectly aligned with each other. Overall, the FLEXISPOT EN1 is by far the best value per dollar standing desk you can buy, and that extremely high quality desktop just wins me over. But with that, let's move on to the number 1 best budget 47-inch gaming desk, which is the Tribesigns Desk, coming in at a price tag of $119.99. The design of the 47-inch Tribesign Desk is simple, yet elegant and modern. Giant square metal tubing gives this not only a very heavy weight to this desk, but also an incredibly large amount of durability and strength. The desktop follows suit here, being very thick, actually the thickest on this list, just over an inch in thickness. That's nice. It looks very attractive. By this point, I have had about 6 Tribesigns desks, all in different size and color options, and due to that thick metal tubing, this makes it an excellent candidate for placing rear-facing RGB on the desk. This makes it look like an absolute spaceship, and I for sure recommend it. Now, as for depth here, as you could imagine, it is great. This hits over 23.5 inches of depth, perfect for gaming setups with large monitors, desk mats. You guys have heard it. It's great for depth. Now, as for color options, it comes in white, black, rustic brown, and walnut white, and sometimes there are more color options as they come in and out of stock, so check the links below. As far as ease of build, this is the easiest to build on the list. The metal on the desktop comes pre-installed, so you literally just have to attach the legs with some screws and you're good to go. So it's literally that easy, done in 5 minutes for sure. Overall, if you want an extremely solid, attractive, modern looking desk that is a perfect candidate for any gaming setup, this is my personal favorite pick. Again, if you want to check out any of the 5 gaming desks in this video, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. And if you might be asking, well, these aren't like gaming desks, they don't have a carbon fiber top. I cannot stand those desks. I think they look ugly and I think they're way overpriced. These are the much better way to go to have a truly attractive and beautiful gaming setup. But yeah, this is a consumer tech review, and if you want the overall top 5, not just the 47-inch variants, check out this video right here. That was my previous desk video. Check that out, see if you like it. But yeah, this is a consumer tech review, and I'll see you guys in the next video.